Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Showcase Pro Wrestling Recap, but more importantly, welcome to In the Spotlight with yours truly, the all Paul Holloway. But I'm not alone. I am, of course, joined as always by Jay Hollywood, our host with the most, and of course, my brand new, my flawless tag team partner, Nick Diamond. Gentlemen, how are we tonight?
We're good, Paul. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Nick, how are you?
We're outstanding, Paulie. Outstanding. Happy to
Outstanding.
be here.
Well,
Paul, I mean, we're here. We're back doing our recap here live on YouTube. But this new tag team, what's it about? Let me hear it.
What's it about? Nick, give him a little recap of what we're about.
So it makes a whole lot of sense that the two most talented superstars on the Showcase Pro Wrestling roster just happen to cross paths. The all Paul Holloway.
That's me.
Hates everyone.
Yep.
Is better than everyone.
Yep.
Flawless Nick Diamond.
There he is.
Amazing at what he does.
Absolutely.
Obviously better than everyone on that roster. So naturally, we come together. We have a common goal. And we have a common denominator. And the common denominator is we don't like the superstars that are in Showcase Pro Wrestling right now wrestling the way that they wrestle, thinking that the way that they do. And it's time for the Paul Holloway, the flawless Nick Diamond, to put an end to it. We're going to rise to the top. And we're going to go through every single person to show exactly why we are what we say we are.
Couldn't have said it better myself, partner.
Well, it's good that you found somebody, and you guys are going to go up in the rankings and work towards your goals. What are you guys going to bring to the table in the tag team division as we're growing here? Pyramids of Power, the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. What do you think? Are you on the same level as these guys? They've been tags for so many years. Do you think you guys are ready for that?
I believe that we are ready for that. Whether or not management sees it that way is beyond us, but we're going to make it so that management has no choice but to make us the next contenders for the tag team titles. But I mean, you ask, what are we going to bring to the table? We're going to bring unity to the table. We're going to bring talent to the table. We're going to bring dashing good looks to the table because Lord knows our tag division needs it. With Buck Nasty and Big Dog Butler at odds a little bit right now, you can tell that there's some trouble in paradise there. And then with the Pyramids of Power, they're doomed to fall at some point. And me and Nick Diamond are going to be there to chop them at the bits and be ready to take those straps away from them.
I mean, you look at the Pyramids of Power, our current reigning Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. You look at the former Tag Team Champions, the Big Nasty Dogs. There's a huge common denominator with both of those tag teams. They're both way too old. They're both way past their prime, and they're both all out of shape. How big is Little Ding Dong? Like, what are we doing here? Like, obviously, flawless Nick Diamond, the all Paul Holloway, the best looking tag team, not just good looking, but we have the best bodies. We're the youngest, we have the most charisma and the most skill. So, Jay, with all due respect, why wouldn't we be the Showcase Pro Wrestling #1 contenders for the tag team titles? Like, why wouldn't we? Come on.
Well, I mean, I sit ringside and I do my studies and I do my research, and I heard there's a new tag around, the Premier Louis Leon and Nakoma Tala. What do you guys think about that?
I'm sorry, you say Nakoma Hunters?
Say her name right? Is that her name? Great Warrior Whale. Yeah. Anyways, so we got the box office flop. We've got the Great Warrior Whale. We got the next big hit to hit the 99-cent bin. You've heard it all. Listen, what we did to them was we showed them exactly why Nick and I work together well. Nick and Nakoma, not Nick and Nakoma, Lewis and Nakoma, for that matter, they don't mesh well. They haven't been teaming together as long as me and Nick have. Just because we have not had a match as a tag team together does not mean we haven't been working together for a long time. I mean, you think this is coincidental just because we're two dashing, good-looking young men? No. This has been dating back to my downfall. When I was in my drought, when I was in my rut here in Showcase Pro Wrestling, there was one man who picked me up. There was one man who saw all the potential in me, saw my spotlight, and knew exactly what I could do with it, and that was Nick Diamond. Nick Diamond brought me out of that drought. He taught me to win at any and all costs. And this is the creation that he made. Lewis and Nakoma, they're great together, right? They're very well together. That's fine. That's all well and fine. It's cute. It really is. But they're nothing compared to the All. They're nothing compared to the Flawless One. They're nothing compared to what our Diamond and Spotlight will bring to Showcase Pro Wrestling. So, well, they might want a rematch. They might want a rematch. That's okay. We'll just have to prove to them one more time why we are flawless.
Right. Well, this past weekend you took them on one, and one got a victory, one didn't. What went wrong there?
Incompetence of the referee.
Oh, we're gonna blame it on Frank Rocha.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's Frank's fault 100%, but there was a lot of incompetence in that matchup. Nick, what happened with you in that matchup? What happened from your perspective? You were the one in there. You were the one who unfortunately had to take the fall.
I'm not looking too fondly back at that night in Woonsocket, but it's very clear. Nakoma Hontis wanted to get involved. You were doing all you could as my partner to make sure that we had a clean fight. Everyone knows I can beat the premier Louis Leon. I've beat him, 3, 4, 5 times now?
Absolutely.
He only won that night on a technicality. Nakoma Hontis was coming in. The thing with this team, let's go back to your last question, Jay. Why do we work so well as a team? Why they don't work so well? They have too much emotion. They care too much. They're like, woo, fans, and they love each other. And I don't give a rat's about that. We want to be successful. We want to be winners. Yes, we are great tag team partners. And yes, we care for each other. But we don't care about anybody else. Not one thing. Our main goal is winning at any cost. But Lewis, he cheated. Nakoma Hontis, she cheated. Paul was just doing what he was supposed to do to make sure that there was a fair fight. Everyone saw that Nick Diamond was going to win that match. And all of a sudden, I get clocked because of Frank Rocha's incompetence? No. And also, if you look very closely, Jay, my tights were being pulled too. So, that wasn't even a clean loss. So when we see them again in Woonsocket, you know the result. You know the result. We have a tag team. They're going to get too caught up in their emotions. And Flawless and All will have their hands raised again. No doubt.
Well, the goal is clear. I thank you guys for answering these questions. Now you're telling the world, what the new tag team is all about. In building our tag division, you guys are, top contenders in that, rankings coming up to get that chance for the championship. But you guys are going to help me out a little bit. We're going to get into the singles division rankings. We're going to go to the number 1 ranked competitor to Showcase Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion, Vega. Nick, a few weeks ago, you had, teamed up with the champ. How was that?
Vega and I have not always gotten along, but I think now we understand the same things. We have the same path in mind. We both want to be champions. We both want to be top of Showcase Pro Wrestling. So we share that respect for each other. We may not like each other, and I may want that top prize one day, but we respect each other. So teaming with the champion was great. Did we win? Obviously. But teaming with the champion and having his respect and having mutual respect for each other, I would team with him every single day. Vega should absolutely be top of the ranking. No question there.
Cool. Paul, we have, the champion. He's number 1 still. He's been number 1 since the start of our rankings in Showcase TV. Now Carlos Slavin is the number 1 contender for the Showcase Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion. What do you think about that matchup? It can happen anywhere, anytime. What do you think?
Well, listen, you heard what I had to say during his match against Yusuf last week on Showcase TV. Carlos seems to always find his way up the ladder, but he never seems to be able to sustain his stability on that ladder. That proverbial ladder to success. He may find one more step, one more footing on that rung, but he's always going to slip down 3 more. And Vega, being the top champion for well over a year now, the way that he has so dominantly, my good friend Vega, my friend who I'm worried about right now because of what's happening with that doll and everything, let alone now he's got more issues with this fly that will never seem to leave him alone, Carlos Slavin. I like the guy. I do like Carlos. He's got great ambition, but the number one problem is his progress. He never seems to progress forward, and that's the thing about him that I don't like. He doesn't have the ambition like me and Nick Diamond. He doesn't have that grit to win at any and all costs like me and Nick Diamond. And that is why Carlos Slavin isn't the world heavyweight champion of Showcase Pro Wrestling. That's why Carlos Slavin hasn't won the Sons of Liberty championship by now. That's why Carlos Slavin keeps going up and down the rankings like he has over this last year.
Yeah, he's going up and down, but now he sits at number 2 because he's the number 1 contender. He beat Scott Ledur in Taunton for the number 1 contendership. That's kind of obvious. He's the number 2. We're going to go right to number 3. It is our new Sons of Liberty champion, the SOG, Ronnie Ribbs. What do you think?
Right, it's a tough one. I mean, we haven't seen Ronnie in a long time.
Yep.
I have mad respect for the guy. He's been around for quite some time now. Definitely a veteran of the game. No doubt about it. Cannot deny his work. Just from what I've seen over the last few shows that he's been there and finally getting that opportunity to go after the Sons of Liberty championship and being able to win it on his first shot at the belt says a lot about the guy.
Yeah, he's the second Triple Crown winner. He has held every belt in Showcase TV. He came in and fought the big guy, Big Matt Thompson, where we thought he was going to be dominant. And, he fell short that night in Taunton, and he lost the title. And, going to our number 4 ranked competitor, Big Matt Thompson. Hey, Nick, you think he's going to climb back up and, reclaim his title?
Listen, all due respect again to Big Matt Thompson. It's another guy I've been in the ring with. I don't like the guy. I mean, say what you want about him. He does get the job done. He's a big guy. He can take most of the guys in this roster very easily. So as far as SOG versus Big Matt Thompson, I'm going to have to say Big Matt's probably going to move right back up those rankings. I see that, if he gets his rematch, I've been in the ring with Matt and I've been in the ring with SOG. Matt Thompson gave me a run for my money where SOG didn't quite live up to the flawless one in our match.
Right. Paul, do you think HD3 has a factor in what goes on with Big Matt Thompson right now in the ring and out of the ring?
It's HD3. He's had a factor in anybody's career that he's been managing. Look at our former champions in the past that he's worked with, and now including Big Matt Thompson. I mean, when this guy came in, nobody knew who he was. Literally, nobody knew who this guy was. All they saw was just a giant, blonde, 6 foot whatever from South Texas. They saw this guy and they were like, okay, he can be something, but he needs the right guidance. And I guess, Howardson Davis III, he was one of those guys who was able to just lead him somewhere.
We're going to jump right into the 5th ranked competitor. We're only going to stay in the top 5. Okay. Apocalypse. He came back from suspension for hitting Frank Rocha with a chair. Now he's a man on a mission. Paul, what do you think?
Scary dude. Scary dude. He's very enigmatic. A lot of things that we don't know about him still. We just know that he's on a mission to get Big Man Thompson, get his hands on him again. I mean, he took out Frank Rocha, and every time he's gone out there, Frank has ran for the hills because he knew exactly what was going to happen to him. I mean, I don't know how well the GoFundMe did for Frank due to the, whatever happened with him in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I am very much looking forward to if they eventually do lock horns again, him and Big Matt Thompson. It's just a very interesting sight to see.
Yeah. So that, I mean, he's a man on a mission. As much as I want to say he wants to get his hands on Big Matt Thompson, but now Ronnie Ribbs is the champion. Do you think, Nick, he's going to start chasing in that direction?
Do I think Apocalypse is going to start chasing that direction? Is that what you asked me?
Yes.
I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. I mean, he has unfinished business with Big Matt Thompson. And Big Matt Thompson progressed in that tournament because Apocalypse got himself kicked out by beating up Frank Rocha. I think it's only a matter of time before Apocalypse makes his presence known and Big Matt Thompson is down on his back.
Oh, and think about this too. The reason why Big Matt Thompson beat my partner Nick Diamond was because he got the bye. He was the freshest man in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us had just freshly came off of matches from other shows that we worked at. Big Matt Thompson, he hadn't been working since that match with Apocalypse, and right into the ringer after Nick Diamond went through hell to put Nicole Matala away. Absolutely. I think that Apocalypse would be remiss if he missed this opportunity to go after the Sons of Liberty Championship. I mean, clearly Ronnie Ribbs and him and Big Matt Thompson are all caught up in this little love triangle, so to speak.
Let's call it a three-way dance.
Three-way dance, sure. What have you?
Yeah, well, so that closes out our rankings part of our recap. We have our top 5. We have Vega, Carlos Slavin, Ronnie Ribbs, Big Matt Thompson, and Apocalypse. That's a dominant top 5 in our singles division rankings. We're not really going to get into the tag rankings yet. We're going to let a couple weeks go by so we can see how far you guys get as the new tag team at Showcase Pro Wrestling.
Listen, we don't need rankings to show how we are. We got to prove that we're number 1 in our own way.
Well, you can try to show us your number 1 down in Whalum City Festival. We are back. Paul, you know the information. You want to spit it out?
Whaling City Festival, I believe July 9th to the 11th, Showcase Pro Wrestling will be making its return to the Whaling City, New Bedford, Massachusetts, Buttonwood Park, home of the Whaling City Festival. And I believe there's a big announcement to come in the weeks to come. I'm not going to drop that information. That's not my job. I'm not even sure what most of this is about. But big things to come. Big things to come. My partner and I, Nick Diamond, very intrigued, very excited to show all those New Bedford slobs exactly what it's like to be flawless.
I know you better lock your car doors when we get there, Paul.
I will. Make sure to keep all my luggage close.
It's a Whalum City type thing. They're known for their whale watching. Would you see Nakoma there, Nick?
I think she's going to be the spokesperson of that entire event. I'm not sure if we're going to see her in the ring because she's going to be the one the kids are throwing the ball at to knock the girl off the post into the water. She's going to be like up there. Okay. We're going to be wrestling and she's going to be having balls thrown at her.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what she's used to.
Hopefully we see something like that. That'll be a good time. But I think this is all we got right here. I thank you guys for being on the show with us. Paul, thank you for being our lovely host here, putting us on your segment.
Dashing.
Have fun here. But,
I mean, your paycheck just got a little bit bigger, Jay.
Yeah, I'm Team Flawless and all Paul. I'm on your guys' side. I'm rooting for you guys. You guys can climb these rankings and become the new tag team champions. I can see it happening.
About damn time.
Yeah, I want to wish you guys the best of luck on your journey here in the tag division. But that's my time. Jay Hollywood, the All Paul Holloway, the Flawless One, Nick Diamond. We'll see you guys at Whalum City.
Cutting it out.
I am the eye of the storm inside. I am silent and strong, just waiting for the right moment to strike. Coiled like a cobra.
Turmoil and tribulations. Out of the frying pan and straight into the fire. It seems like we've all been going through that the last year. I had a long hiatus from Showcase Pro Wrestling. Come back, get fed to the biggest son of a gun we've seen in a long time. The former Sons of Liberty champion, Big Matt Thompson. But here's the thing. When the SOG gets in the ring, he's all business and everybody knows that. That's why last night in Taunton, Massachusetts, while everyone else is talking about their past accomplishments, I raised the bar and became the new and second only Triple Crown champion when I pinned him for the Showcase Pro Wrestling Sons of Liberty title. And who knows, maybe I'll just set another record.
The following is a tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing the SoCal Rico Doc Shady and the Steam Sensation, Dustin Flash Waller.
This is probably one of the most impressive victories that I've ever seen in Showcase Pro Wrestling history. They did what anybody thought that they couldn't do. Capture these championships in such a way that is almost unbelievable. Classic tag team, the best tag team maneuvers that you can do to capture the championships.
Yeah, newcomers Dustin and Doc, they definitely have their work cut out tonight with the Pyramids of Power.
Oh, they definitely do, and the Pyramids of Power have everything today to prove with those championship wins in COVID, with the championship win in COVID Combat. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what the newcomers can do up against Alading and Alading, the Pyramids of Power. And here we have Alading starting in the ring against Dustin Waller.
Yeah, I guess Flash here wants to show what he's got first.
Oh, and he looks ready. He's definitely ready and making sure. Oh, and nice playing. Oh, look at that, playing some mind games with Alading right now. And Alading can't get frustrated too early. We all know what frustration does. Oh, and a nice kick to the leg to Alading, and Alading would definitely be feeling that into next week.
He's gonna have a lump on his leg. Those kicks, they've had quite a pop on it.
I would say so. I mean, you see the dude, you can see this man. He's definitely got talent. And got him in a headlock right there, and
they make the tag.
They make the tag, and here comes Doc Shady in. And Doc Shady, what is Doc Shady gonna do right here? Oh, and a nice. Oh, double arm twist into a snapmare right onto. And a nice kick to the face to Alading.
Drop kick. The SoCal. These guys are really showing why they are in the tag team championship picture.
Well, I wouldn't say they're in the picture just yet, but they definitely have a lot to prove tonight, and it looks like they are proving that with some nice little tag team action right there. And there goes Doc Shady applying a little bit of pressure to Alading, and Alading pushing his way off. And he makes the tag over to Alading.
Seems like the speed of these two is starting to on Alading.
Oh! And a nice little drop kick down. A little downward drop kick by Dustin Waller. With Dustin Waller making the tag. Oh, and they're making very, very quick work of the tag team champions here. The tag team champions aren't looking like tag team champions today.
No, they are not.
Because it looks like these two are here to stay.
Yeah, they're here to stay. They're here to play. They're show that they can really keep up with the top of the division. They want their shot.
Oh, and look at Dustin Waller. Dustin Waller with the distraction distracted by Alading Ding, and Alading.
Eyes on the prize.
You've got to keep your eyes in the ring at all times, especially during a tag match when you have another body on the outside trying to distract you, and that's classic tag team. That's classic tag team work right there. And Alading Ding with the
Classic chops too. Those.
Alading down with the cover, and Alading Ding can't put away Dustin Waller just yet. Dustin Waller coming in with the fight, coming in with the vengeance, coming in to make sure.
Well, when they call you Flash and you're moving around the ring in such a way that he does, you gotta have unbelievable cardio, unbelievable stamina. He's not out of here just yet.
And there goes Alading Ding making the tag to Alading, and Alading comes in the second half of the SPW Tag Team Champions, and a nice little headbutt down onto the back of Dustin Waller.
Yeah,
and
Pyramids of Power, they're doing a great job keeping him in the corner, keeping him isolated and really wearing him down.
Ooh, a big slap to the face.
Not be the biggest.
And Alading Ding frustrated outside, yelling, saying, "Show him who we are." They are the tag team champions, and it looks like the momentum has completely shifted because now we have the Pyramids of Power applying some pretty harsh pressure to Dustin Waller at the moment.
Yep,
And-
complete shift. These guys are showing why they're tag team champions.
Doc Shady out there looking like he wants to get in. He wants to get in and wants to help out his partner. But we all know what happens, and look. And that's exactly why you need to stay focused. Little moves like that will cost you a little bit because you can clearly see down for a cover, and Dustin Waller couldn't be put down, but you can clearly see how Doc Shady was making sure to check on his partner, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you can't get yourself distracted and get in the ring. The referee will make sure that you are following the rules. Huge.
SoCal original. He really wants to ensure his first victory in Showcase Pro Wrestling.
And there goes.
They want to skyrocket right to the top.
And a nice tag made by Alading to Alading Ding. And Alading Ding comes down on the back of Dustin Waller. And Dustin Waller going down with the cover on Dustin Waller. And a 2 count. Alading Ding could not put away Dustin Waller.
Doc Shady ensuring that Flash gets the kick out.
And it looks like Alading Ding is just kind of playing with him at the moment. Just playing with... Oh, and a nice kick to the back to Dustin Waller. I kind of felt that in my back.
Watch out here. It looked like there was some hair fall going on.
And Alading sits right down, applying that pressure. Nice little submission maneuver. Will he give in? And Dustin Waller really needs to find a way out of here. And dirty tricks from the tag team, from one half of the tag team champions. But you can clearly see as to why they're holding on to those champions. They're in desperation mode, and they're always in desperation mode, especially when you have a championship match or you have a championship to uphold. And there goes Dustin Waller on the chin. Almost about broke the chin of Alading. Oh my God, and Alading with a nice little bear hug right on Dustin Waller. And Dustin Waller cannot take much.
Jared, I can tell you, could you imagine that embrace there, that bear hug?
I mean, I've done my fair share of hugging, but I've probably never been in a hug like that. Nor would I want to be.
Oh, so close to getting.
Oh, and
this tag is desperate right now.
Dustin Waller going right on his back. Alading not allowing Dustin Waller. And there go. Oh, and a nice save from Doc Shady. Doc Shady comes in the ring, saving his partner, making sure that he does not go down for the 3 count.
Yeah, he's looking at how they've been handling his tag team partner. He realizes he needs to do something to ensure that they get this win tonight.
And there goes Alading putting Dustin Waller right on his back. Oh, and a nice big Samoan drop. Nice.
Skip beat for sure.
And going down for the cover, but cannot put down Dustin Waller. Dustin Waller in a sense of desperation right now, fighting, making sure, but Ala Ding Ding coming in the ring and picking up. Oh! Big slap to the back of Dustin Waller.
Ref can only stop what he sees. If he doesn't see that there was no tag, then they can get away with murder.
Oh, and Dustin Waller tags in Doc Shady, and Doc Shady fresh in, huge forearm to the face. Another one, a huge forearm to the face. And another one just serving forearms left and right to the tag champions. And there goes Ala Ding going down, calling on his partner to get up. His partner just took a beating. Dustin Waller, who knows what he's going to be able to do here. And oh! Huge kicks to the face of Ala Ding Ding.
Picture perfect.
Oh! And a huge drop kick by Dustin Waller, sending one half of the tag team champs Ala Ding, and another huge drop kick.
You know, I am glad I am not in the tag team division.
And this could be over right here. Oh, and a nice save by Ala Ding from the outside of the ring.
Just in the nick of time.
Got his shoulder up, but also got saved from his partner. And what's Doc Shady gonna do here?
We talk about desperation mode earlier. We're really seeing desperation mode right now.
And here comes Ala Ding back in the ring, and Doc Shady is not playing any games right now, holding him down. Oh, huge maneuver. Huge tag maneuver by the newcomers, and a cover. Oh, and they, wow. Nice save by Ala Ding, and Ala Ding, huge power using that body of his, making sure.
It's godlike sometimes.
And it could be over right here, and that could be it. And a huge maneuver by the tag champs, and it is over.
Winners, Ala Ding and Ala Ding Ding, the Pyramids of Power!
No, this is why the Pyramids of Power are the tag team.
There definitely is a reason why they're the tag team champions, and they definitely proved that tonight. Definitely proved that tonight. Showing classic tag team maneuvers, showing classic tag team just overall power, and that's why they are considered the Pyramids of Power.
Excuse me, guys. Yo, Paul Holloway. Celeste Diamond. Do you guys have a moment for an interview?
Can't you see I'm getting ready right now?
Is this, you're doing an interview on us?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you guys made your...
Hold on. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Paulino, I'm sure.
Okay, great.
Down here.
Great. Duly noted.
Thank you. Paul, you know what? I'm going to conduct this interview
I would
for
love
us.
that. I would love
For
that.
us.
I would love that.
We made our tag team debut last night in Taunton.
Yeah, we did.
Were we successful?
Absolutely.
I think we were very successful. Some people may have said that our victory was tainted. I thought it was a flawless victory.
Absolutely. I mean, when the spotlight is always on the two best looking guys in Showcase Pro Wrestling, people are bound to be jealous. All right, victory comes and victory goes, but we are always spot on when we're in the ring together. We made our debut, and it's like we've been meshing perfectly for our entire lives.
Coming up next, the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Gold going around our waist.